It looks like I'm about to kiss it right now. There we go. Me and my new best friend. Hi, I'm Adri, and today I have finally gotten the Oral-B Smart 1500 toothbrush. I have been researching electric toothbrushes for months and months and months now. It's kind of ridiculous. I looked at every single electric toothbrush you can imagine, and obviously the top ones are Sonicare and Oral-B. I also looked at a lot of other ones, Burst and Pure Organics, which is a sustainable toothbrush, and unfortunately it has been sold out. And so that was the one that I really wanted, just because they do have a recycling program to where every single thing that they send you, you can send back to them and they will recycle it into a new product. And that to me is really important, because the companies are really the ones that can make change. Obviously consumers pressing for that change is really, really important, but that is why I ended up not getting that one. And I also watched a ton of YouTube videos on which ones worked better, and it actually did seem that Oral-B just happened to take out more plaque than Sonicare, and that's why I was kind of leaning towards Oral-B. I ended up getting this one because I liked that there was a way to have the normal pressure, but then also have a sensitive mode for this one as well. I paid $69.99. I think it's normally $79.99. I also like how sleek this one was. It barely has any words on the toothbrush itself, and it's very, very clean, and I love that. Also, I actually reached out to Oral-B because on the website it had pictures of two different models for this one product, and they ended up letting me know that this is the Smart 1500, and it evolved from the Pro 1500. And I noticed that a lot of different stores, so Target, Bed Bath & Beyond, and other places that I looked at, didn't have this exact version. Target has one that's similar, but it is blue instead of gray, and I really wanted this gray because it's extremely neutral and I like that a lot. So that's why I ended up getting it from the website, even though I could have just gone to the store and gotten something similar. So I finally got it in the mail today, and I'm really excited to open it. Okay, let's get to it. I'll open it now. Here we go. Okay, so it opens and it's just like this. So actually one of the things from this model is it doesn't come with a travel case. So a lot of ones that are in this price range and above do come with a travel case, and I know that that is something that a lot of people like, but I realize that I don't know if I really need it, and if I do, then I can figure it out from there. So I love this design. It's so simple, and that is what I was really looking for. There's so many that just have a ton of features or a ton of things on the handle. I don't like that. So this is what it looks like. It's not going to turn on because it's not charged. So the other things that come in it are a brush head, and then here's the charger. So this has been the same design, I think, for a long time, because my boyfriend has Nico, the other person on this channel. Nico has an Oral-B as well, and his is really old. He's had it for a long time and it's still great. So he has this exact same stand, and then it just comes with instructions. So the reason that I'm even getting this in the first place is I went to the dentist a few months ago, and they were talking about how I was starting to have receding gums, and that freaked me out. And they asked if I used an electric toothbrush, and I didn't. And then they asked if I brushed my teeth too hard, and they also asked how I brush my teeth, and asked if I did it this way, like sideways. And I was like, yeah, isn't that how you're supposed to brush your teeth? And they said, no, you're supposed to do it in circles. So I know that people do the motion of circles, but I've never actually brushed my teeth that way, and I didn't realize it made a difference. So I knew after that appointment that I needed to get an electric toothbrush to actually brush my teeth the right way, not feel like I have to press too hard and really damage my gums even more. So that's actually the reason that I ended up getting an electric toothbrush and pushing me to do that. And I do like that it doesn't come with too much packaging, and this is it. Like, this is all there is. And that's that. I'm so excited. And now it's plugged in. Okay, I just had it plugged in for maybe 30 seconds and it's already starting, so I can actually turn it on now. This one in particular has 3 modes. The first one that you turn on is daily clean, and then the next one is sensitive mode, and then the third one is, I forgot it, whitening mode. I don't know how that's different than the other ones. I know that daily clean is just like the normal mode, and then sensitive mode is a little bit less intense, and I have a feeling that that's the one that I'm gonna like the most. So here's this one. Is that first one, second one, and then the third. Oh, that one changes pressure. So that one is a pressure where it goes less intense to more intense, less intense to more intense. That's interesting. I don't know how that's whitening or what it does really differently. I'm not an expert. It's nighttime now and I'm gonna brush my teeth. It's so weird that I'm so excited. I think I'm going to start at the sensitive mode. I don't even think I'm gonna do the daily clean. I just finished brushing my teeth and 2 minutes went by so quickly. Like, it seemed like it was really short. That was one thing that I was honestly kind of worried about. I was like, oh my god, 2 minutes is kind of a long time. But that went by really quickly. Now my lips feel like they're tingling because I'm not used to an electric toothbrush, but I liked it a lot. It was really easy. I also just flossed after brushing and there was barely anything there, so that's great. Another thing I really like is with these 2 dots, it prevents it from falling over to the side, which is really nice because I'm probably going to be storing it like that. And then also when you lay it down, it doesn't touch right here, so that's really nice too. Hi, okay, so I've been using my electric toothbrush for 2 weeks now, so I thought I would talk about my actual experience with it now that I've been using it for a little bit. And I wanted to point out some different like pros and cons and talk about just electric toothbrushes in general. So first I'll do that. So different pros with electric toothbrushes versus manual brushes is the fact that it's just better for your teeth and gums. I'm, again, not an expert, but there are a lot of studies that it is better for them. It removes a lot more plaque, and then also it's not as abrasive on your teeth because you're brushing your teeth manually. Sometimes you are too hard. My second pro is that it's actually a lot easier to brush your teeth with an electric toothbrush. So now that I knew that with manual toothbrushes, you really had to go in circles and not just go back and forth. It's a lot of work to do that, honestly, which is so dramatic to say, but it kind of is. And so with the electric toothbrush, all you have to do is really just let it glide across your teeth, and that's actually a lot easier to do. And the third pro for electric toothbrushes just in general is the fact that it really does time the 2 minutes. So you know exactly how long you've been brushing and that you're brushing the right amount. And actually the 2 minutes goes by very quickly, especially when your hand isn't having to do all the work and the brush is doing all the work for you. And then when looking at cons for electric toothbrushes versus manual toothbrushes is that they're more expensive, but I think it's worth it. Also, there are a lot of more affordable options as well. This one's kind of in the mid-range. They can go up to 200 or something, which is a little ridiculous. But there are other ones that are about $40 that still do the job. So you can get a less expensive one and still have a good electric toothbrush. Now looking specific to this model, which again is the Smart 1500 from Oral-B, I actually really love that it doesn't have all of the words on it. Almost every single other electric toothbrush that I saw had that. I know that other people had said that that could have been a con because then you can't see exactly what mode you're on, but it's extremely easy to memorize the 3 modes that this toothbrush has, and it hasn't been a problem at all for me. I actually have been using the sensitive mode, and then I sometimes use the regular mode as well, which is the first one. Another thing that I really like about this model and just Oral-B in general is the fact that the pressure sensor is really easy to see. It has a red light that lights up really bright whenever you're pressing too hard, versus with Sonicare, you can't really tell because the pressure sensor is just a different vibration, and sometimes it's hard to tell if that is different than what you normally feel. And pressure sensors is one of the main things that my dentist told me to look for, because it is really important to not brush too hard, because that's what really hurts your gums. Another one specific to Oral-B electric toothbrushes that I've realized is it is harder to brush your tongue after I'm done and then I shut off the vibration of it. I've been trying to brush my tongue, but it's a lot harder to do with the circular brush than it is with the long brush that I'm used to with a manual one. The last thing that I'll note for this specific model is the fact that it didn't come with a travel case, and I actually figured out a way to remedy that. So I realized that I can just use an old medicine container and put the brush head in that. It actually works really well. So all I do is just take it out and then put it in the little medicine container, and that's that. And then I just travel with this, and I don't have to deal with a bigger travel case too, which is actually kind of nice. I also wanted to point out that the battery life is 2 weeks, and that is very accurate because it just ran out of battery last night and it's been pretty much exactly 2 weeks. But it was very clear to know when it was out of battery because it has a red light that flashes. So it's really easy to see if it's about to be out. And then when you plug it in, you can see when it's charging because it has a flashing green light. And then you can see when it's done charging because it doesn't have any light at all. And that means that it's done. So it seems to be really easy to understand if it really does need more battery life or not. Okay, so that's it for this video. Again, I had researched for so long to try to figure out which electric toothbrush I wanted to get. And I'm really, really happy I got this one. So highly recommend the Oral-B Smart 1500 if you don't want to spend too much money, but do want to get a good quality toothbrush that is really nice to look at as well. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments below, and feel free to check out Nico and I's other videos too. Not like these. This is a very one-off video, but I thought it would be helpful to just share my experience with it. And thanks for watching. Oh no, I can't open it. Oh, here we go. Where is it? This is so long. Check out any of the other, and feel free